Well, you join me now on the NSI stand, and I'm here with Richard, who is the CEO. So, Richard, very good to see you.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Tell me, what exactly does NSI do?
Yeah, well, NSI, or the National Security Inspectorate, is the leading certification body operating in the guarding, fire security and physical security sector. We employ a large number of auditors who audit about 2,500 companies every year to ensure they're installing products and delivering services to the latest British standards.
So you really have a very integral and very important role to play.
We do indeed. If you look at it in the long term, we've been working with police authorities and the Security Industry Authority to ensure those standards are being met. And just to give you some sense of scale, over about 1 million certificates of compliance for installed security alarm systems have been over the last 10 or 15 years.
Wow. So you have a huge body of work to get through.
So we're delivering around about 3,500 audits a year across the UK.
And what does it mean to companies and products when they get your stamp of approval?
Well, essentially, it's a hallmark for the end user or the buyer to have some confidence in the competence of those installers and guarding service providers, that they're dealing with a company they can trust, first of all, who's competent in the technology and who's offering a truly professional service.
I think that's right. Certainly as a consumer or someone who used to own an SME, you're always concerned when you're having high budget spends that you need to make sure you've got someone who not only knows what they're doing, is reputable, and you can trust them.
Exactly, and if you think about that, if you are inviting someone into your home to put in a burglar alarm, or you're a small or large businessman, you want to know the guy who's doing it isn't coming around the back the following day and taking advantage of the situation. So the integrity is really, really important for those operators that we approve every year.
Now, I do have to ask you, because your logo is an owl, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes.
And you have a very special visitor on your stand.
We do. We have our real live Turkmenian owl with us. He's been here for about 20 years now. He comes in every year, and I'm reliably informed that prior to arriving, he has his breakfast en route.
I was going to say, because he does look a little frightening. He's absolutely stunning.
Yes, he is our traditional emblem. Our approved companies who are certified have a certificate of approval which contains an embossed owl within the emblem on the medal that they...
I can see that on the medal, and I assume the owl standing for the fact that it's sage and wise.
Sage and wise, trustworthy, all-seeing, and delivering on his job.
Good. And so why is this show so important for you?
This is really important for us because, as you can see behind us, for example, there on the stand adjacent, we have Engineers of Tomorrow. We're very much interested in supporting and encouraging new apprentices into the industry. As I say, we approve about 900 installer companies. So most of the hardware you see around the show here is going to be installed finally by an approved company from approved either by ourselves or one of the other specialists in the sector. So the installers are a fundamental link in the supply chain, if you like, in delivering all the products you see around the show.
So is it right in saying this exhibition is important because it puts a face to your organisation and gets you out there? It's outreach, making sure people know you're here and engaging.
Well, I say, yeah, I mean, in fact, we're sort of the biggest brand that those in the industry have heard of, but especially consumers are really not so much aware of. But as I say, the technology that is here within the show is utilised by those installers in delivering the product. So that's really, really valuable, yeah.
Super. Now, Richard, next to you is Max. What does Max do?
Max is our head of certification services, and he runs the engine room. He runs the technology that makes it all work.
Oh, well, let me go and have a quick chat to Max, if I may. Good to see you, Max.
Good to see you.
So you're in the engine room?
Yes, for my sins.
So what does that mean?
Well, basically, obviously we've got teams of auditors out in the field conducting the audits on a day-to-day basis, but there's a huge amount of administration that supports that, and I manage the back office functions to deliver the certifications.
But as we were hearing from Richard, it's quite a task. You've got a huge organisation and a lot of work going on. That can't be an easy task that you're doing.
No, but we have an excellent team, and we do not sacrifice on integrity. If things take a little bit longer, that's fine. We want to get it right, because at the end of the day, the work that we're doing is contributing to people's safety, whether it be in the fire sector or intruder detection sector or guarding sector. And yeah, it's a good team, and we do a good job.
And from your point of view, from the engine room, or from the bridge, or the engine room, this exhibition, is it important for you as well as it is for Richard?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's really great to see people and meet customers and spread the NSI message of integrity and the fact that we're a not-for-profit organisation and we're trying to raise standards in industry.
Do you think, as a result of this, certain people have heard of you that hadn't heard of you before?
I hope so, because I've spoken to some of them myself.
So yes is the answer.
Yes. Yes, I would say.
Well, that's brilliant, isn't it? Because you're achieving your mission.
Yes, absolutely. And as I say, we're an organisation that employ a full-time team of auditors, which sets us apart from other certification bodies who use subcontractors. And that is a really important point I just want to dwell on for 1 minute. Our team of auditors that we have between them over 200 years of industry experience, and they're out on the road auditing every day, unlike some organisations who use subcontractors who aren't auditing all the time. So if you combine that industry experience with the day-to-day auditing practice that they do, you've arguably got the most professional auditors out there that can add the most value to business.
So an extremely strong benchmarking is what you're saying, with very little variability, that because they do it day in, day out.
In, day out, absolutely. Consistency is key within this industry. And the other thing I think that sets NSI apart, if I may, is that we offer an integrated audit solution, because as many companies, because many of our businesses that we certify are relatively small businesses, and they might start out installing intruder detection systems, but then they might want to expand out into other areas like fire detection systems or get environmental or health and safety credentials. And it's important as a certification body that we can offer an integrated solution, which we can, unlike many others.
Well, I suppose the end result of all of this is making sure the customer is happy. And we have a customer, do we not?
We do.
Hello there.
Hello there.
So tell me your name and...
Stephen Cook and I, the owner of BRIAR Security Systems. We're based just outside Cambridge and do access control, CCTV and intruder, and are NSI Gold accredited.
Fantastic. So how important is the organisation then for you in terms of giving you credibility, in terms of your sales, in terms of growing your own business?
They've helped the business grow tremendously because we have the ISO 9000, which makes you look at yourselves, interpret how you're doing things. Are you doing things properly? Could you improve things, be more efficient? And then that reassurance goes on to the customers, because they can see that we're inspected not just on technical but also on management side. So the quality manual is very important to that part of it, and it is just how we run our business now.
So when people come to you and are going to make these very large purchases, having that stamp of approval really does make a difference.
A lot of work you wouldn't get without a stamp of approval.
Is that right?
Is that right? Yeah. The insurance companies insist on it a lot of the time. So we have to maintain this. We have to maintain our standards. The auditing process when NSI come out to us is very useful. We learn a lot from it, and they pick up on the mistakes we perhaps haven't spotted, and we learn from that as well. There are only minor ones, but you pick up on the small things, and then the bigger things never happen.
And what have you thought of IFSEC, the whole exhibition?
Well, I only arrived this morning, so I haven't really had a good look around it yet. But it's the same as every IFSEC is. New products out there. I've been to a couple of stands already from our existing suppliers, and found some really good new products which they brought online, thermal cameras, which I wasn't expecting to see, and some very good conversations happening so far.
Good. Well, I wish you a great deal of success with the rest of the exhibition, and to the two of you gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. I know now what you do, and I shall look for the owl wherever I go. Thank you very much indeed.